As the death toll in the Israel-Hamas war started to mount, US President Joe Biden said in October that when this crisis is over, there has to be a vision of what comes next, and in our view, it has to be a two-state solution. Over a month later, a hard realization seems to have struck Biden. While addressing a campaign event last week, he said, "This is the most conservative government in Israel's history," and that the Israeli government is opposed to a two-state solution with the Palestinians. But it's the only solution that the world can think of right now. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has asked for it. The European Council and Pope Francis too think that a two-state solution is the way forward. India and China too want it. The two-state solution envisions an Israeli and a Palestinian state coexisting side by side. Hardliners from both sides have historically refused to accept this as a solution, while those in Israel want Palestinians to leave their lands and settle in neighboring Arab countries. Those in Palestine didn't recognize Israel as a country till the signing of Oslo Accords in early 1990s. Under the Oslo Accords, Israel accepted the Palestine Liberation Organization. The PLO too recognized Israel's right to a peaceful existence. The two sides agreed that the PLO would govern the West Bank and Gaza, creating some hope of a roadmap towards two states. After World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain the mandate to govern Palestine. The Balfour Declaration in 1917 stated its support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Following this, Jewish immigration increased, which led to clashes between the Jewish and Arab communities. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan, under which it recommended creating separate Jewish and Arab states with an international administration for Jerusalem. The Jewish leadership accepted the plan, but the Arab states rejected it, which led to the Arab-Israeli War in 1948. In 1948, the first attempt at dividing the land led to an Israeli state but no Palestinian state, and the West Bank and Gaza Strip fell under Jordanian and Egyptian rule respectively. In the Six-Day War of 1967, Israel captured the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and other Arab territories, which later led to the idea that Israel would exchange the captured land for peace with its Arab neighbors, including the Palestinians. Following the Arab-Israeli War, the United Nations Security Council unanimously passed Resolution 242, calling for Israeli withdrawal from the territories occupied during the war in exchange for termination of all claims or states of belligerency and acknowledgement of the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence of every state in the area. The PLO strongly criticized the resolution, saying that it reduced the question of Palestine to a refugee problem. Efforts to negotiate a two-state solution intensified in the late 20th century. The Oslo Accords in the 1990s established the Palestinian Authority and outlined the transfer of power to the Palestinians. But there was no substantial progress in this regard due to ongoing violence over borders, refugees, and Jerusalem. Despite various peace initiatives, including the Camp David Summit in 2000 and the Annapolis Conference in 2007, an agreement has remained elusive.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
She has ambitions of becoming a brand. Business Standard.